Hello, hello, everyone. I am so excited. I know that you guys are. We want to welcome Chris Downing. We've got all sorts of coaches and potential coaches and people that are just super, super excited about this program on with us today. Just to start really quick, I know there's a lot of you that don't know me. My name is Nancy Andrade, Lifetime Diamond Coach on Diesel Nation and Beachbody Live Master Trainer. We have with us today creator of the new program that's coming out soon, Chris Downing, our newest super trainer. We're so excited to have him as part of the Beachbody family. Welcome, Chris. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to do this call with us.
Well, thank you. I don't think they can hear. They said they can't hear.
They can't hear. Let's fix this. Hold on. It should be good now. How about you guys? Can you hear me now? Let's try this. That sometimes happens when we go past the time. That's really strange. 1 second, guys. I'm working on it right now. Exit. All right. How about now? Can everybody hear? All right. They can hear us. All right. Perfect. Yeah. If you guys are having trouble hearing us, close it. Comment that. Close it and open it back up. All right, Chris, let's get started. Please tell us all about yourself, how you got started in fitness and how you became part of the Beachbody family.
Well, it all started, first and foremost, thank you for, having this call with your team. And I was looking forward to it. So this whole journey, kind of started with similar to the bio video. It was a dream my uncle had. It was something that we were in Philly, actually. We were in Philly visiting my great uncle. And I woke up and they were in the kitchen and they were looking through my modeling and acting portfolio. And so I kind of looked at them like, why are you looking through my portfolio? And they said, we've been talking. We think you need to become a trainer. And I was like, a trainer? I said, yeah, a fitness trainer. And I was like, nah. He said, well, what's your plan A, if modeling doesn't work out? I said, well, acting, plan B. I just kind of left it at that. And so then we flew back home to Ohio, and it was about a week later, he called me again. He lived about a half a block from me. And he said, did you go to the gym yet? I said, no, I'm actually heading in a minute. He said, well, stop by my house real quick. I want to talk to you about a dream I had. And then I said, okay. So I stopped by, and it was crazy. I walked in, he had this big Kool-Aid smile on his face. And he was like, nephew, I had this dream last night and it was crazy. I said, okay. He said, you were a trainer. And I gave him this look. He said, wait. No, just listen to me. And, he was like, you had this program and it went global. And he said, people's lives were being changed and they were wearing your gear. And it was just very impactful. Like he said, people were, coming out of depression, anxiety, people were dreaming again. And he was like, just shelf it for right now. But just dream, Chris, is so powerful. And I'm like, okay. And then that was it, man. And then, that was pretty much it.
So how did you become a part of the Beachbody Life family? Beachbody. I keep saying Beachbody Life. Beachbody family. How did you become a super trainer with us?
Well, I was discovered on YouTube by Carl, and that's why I'm here. And to kind of piggyback from my uncle, I kind of went into like a depression, when he passed away, because he was my best friend. And he was literally my father figure, but he was just my uncle. And so, it was about a period of like 4 to 6 months. I just was empty. I was broken. I was lost. I was hurt. And I just really didn't have any direction because he was the person I always went to with, for everything. And so, I woke up one day and that was it, man. I just said to myself, okay, I got to shake this somehow. And the only way I figured I could shake it is if I allow him to live through me and kind of just take his advice and become a trainer, because I knew it would make him happy. And so what I did is, this is kind of crazy, but what I did was I opened a gym from the proceeds of his, from his death. I opened a gym in this very, very prejudiced town, right next to the town I live. It's like bad. So I opened the gym downtown in the most racist part of Ohio. So I did it because I needed to challenge the dream. I needed to challenge it. And I figured if I go here and it takes off, then I could do it anywhere. But most importantly, I did it because if this was really what I was supposed to do, if this was my gift, then the gift would surface and it would always be bigger than me. It would be bigger than my color and bigger than my name. It would be about the gift. And so when I got there, it's a college town. And the coaches of the football team, I'm sorry, not a college town, it's a football town. And it's like really crazy. Like when it's a football game there, the whole community, the whole town is just nuts. And so anyway, the football coach said, I don't want any of you guys training with that guy uptown. No one goes near his gym. No one trains with him. And so it was that summer I had, CJ McCollum plays for the Portland Trail Blazers and about 4 or 5 other pro athletes coming to the gym and training. And so two of the parents from the players from the team walked in my gym and said, listen, I want my son to train with you. I mean, you got these pro guys in here for a reason, but the coach doesn't want them here, but we want them to come. So I had the quarterback and the defensive back, had them all summer. They went back to camp faster, stronger, more confident. They had a better understanding of race and color. And just most importantly, the love I poured out on those boys was just unbelievable. And so they went back and the coach was like, what happened, man? You guys, you really worked on your skills. And they said, well, we were uptown with Chris this whole summer. And then they went into that season and had their 5th losing season. So the coach was going to lose his job. And so he came into my gym at the end of the season and was like, hey, I saw what you did with, Joey and Garrett. He didn't know that I knew he was in the hot seat. So he was like, I'm interested in you training our team. I said, okay. I said, no problem. And I'll train them, but it has to be, my way. I can't have any barriers on me. He said, no problem. So I got the boys together. And the first thing that I really focused on with them was love. I focused that they had to form a brotherhood. They had to love each other unconditionally. They had to spend time with each other outside of practice. And by doing that immediately built trust between me and them. You see what I'm saying? And so I knew that I had the influence to motivate them and to love on them. So they went I trained them for 4 months. They went into that season. They went 10-0. Coach got a 5-year extension. And that was the record books from there.
that came out. That's amazing.
Yeah, so if you go to YouTube, the name of that video is called The Birth of Greatness. That's the team.
And so is that the video that Carl found you? Or I know there was a video that he saw and that's how he discovered you, right?
No, he discovered me from a video that I filmed with my son, little Chris. He was 2 at the time. No, I'm sorry, he was 3. And Carl saw, the video of me training him, and that's what moved on him.
The rest is history in the making. Tell us a little bit about how you came up with the idea for Shift Shop.
Well, the idea of the Shift Shop was a bit of a collaborative idea. I don't want to take credit for it myself. It was more of Carl was very adamant about the program being my personality. He said it's not going to work unless it's you, unless it's who you are, the reason we brought you on. And originally it was supposed to be an outdoor training program, and it was originally named OCD, which stood for Outdoors with Chris Downing. See, this is what y'all don't know.
Get the inside scoop, y'all.
Yeah, you're getting all the goodies. So so I went out to LA last summer, and we kind of toyed with it a little bit, and we couldn't find a syncing device to be able to be good enough to block out outside interferences such as sirens or just noise in general, because of the way I train as far as talking to my clients or engaging. And so we couldn't come up with a syncing device. So Carl said, you know what, until we figure this out, let's shelf this idea for now. Let's bring it indoors. Let's make it a 21-day program. I went out to LA for 4 months, and by this time we can't use OCD anymore. So we had a meeting about the program, and I just really, really wanted it to be a program that would relate to everybody. I didn't want to just focus on my background, which was athletes. I wanted it to be for someone that may need to lose 50 pounds. There's someone that's extremely fit. And that was it. We just came up with that concept and made the proper modifications, and that was it.
So we want to know a little bit more about the details behind the program, some of the fundamentals, the basics, like how long are the workouts, how many days a week, how many weeks? You said it was 3 weeks, but is there any equipment? I know there's the agility markers, right? Tell us a little bit more about the specifics.
Okay, so the program is a rapid rebuild. It's a 3-week ramp. Basically, the ramp represents the duration of the workouts and the intensity. So the first week's 25 minutes, the second week is 35 minutes, and the third week is 45 minutes. So to break down the details, we use these agility markers each week. So as you progress, so for example, the first week, we only use 2 agility markers. The second week, we use 3. Third week, we use 4. And so there's a series of different movements that we do as you progress to challenge you and to really, help you get the results you want. The biggest thing about the Shift Shop that I love is Carl, he said that, when you go to BOD, all you see is programs. And he said, I wanted people to feel like they was going to a place when it comes to you, because that's what you represent. Like your gyms at home, you have this ability to speak to people. So I wanted them to feel like they were coming to a place instead of just doing another program. So that's the whole shop factor. You're going to the shop. And so, the biggest thing, what I think is so unique about this program is it has nothing to do with abs. It has nothing to do with being ripped and lean, but it has everything to do with personal development and empowering yourself from within. Basically, my whole philosophy with this is I just want each and every person to be happy. I want people to awaken from within and see that they were put on this earth for a purpose, identify with that purpose, emotionally connect with that purpose, and then manifest it to the world and share their gift. And that's exactly what I'm doing.
I don't know about you guys, but I just got chills. I know you got chills too.
I think I'm
you exude it. You exude it. And that's like you said, the key words, personal development. And I think that's something that we all look for. A lot of us do our workouts kind of as our personal development. It makes us feel good. So to have a trainer that's really in tune with that, that's just fantastic. So really quickly, how many days a week is the program?
So the program is 6 days a week, and then there's a rest and mobility day. So you're going back and forth from cardio to resistance. It's 3 cardio workouts, 3 resistance workouts that week, and then there's a rest and recovery day, that which is the 7th day, and you just go back and forth. And you only use the agility markers and medium to light dumbbells. That's it.
And it can be used with resistance bands as well, I assume.
Probably, unless you have some heavy ones. But I would probably stick with I would probably stick with dumbbells. Yeah, I wouldn't resistance bands.
You heard it here, folks. All right. So beginners can do Shift Shop, right?
Everybody is a beginner, in my opinion. It's a new program. It has a new mindset. The purpose behind it is supposed to represent a new beginning. It doesn't matter. If you feel, me personally, if I felt like my life was thriving the way I wanted it, I would want to go to the next level. So it's inviting. It's for people who aren't athletes, people who are athletes, people who just, it's most important is for people who want to be better. If you want to take your life to the next level and really, really engage with your purpose and who you really are, that's who the Shift Shop's for.
Man, you're speaking my kind of language. I love it. I love it. Everybody's a beginner, guys. Tell us about the nutrition for this program. We're hearing a lot of rumors swirling, so we want to get the scoop from you. What's the nutrition look like? So
the nutrition part of it, when I sat down with the F&R department, they asked, how do you eat? So mine was a little bizarre, I'll be honest, and we kind of scaled it down just so it, could relate to everybody. So basically, before this, I did a lot of modeling and acting, and there was a protocol I went through about a month out from my photo shoots, or if it was an acting gig, just so I could be my best. And basically, what I did was I just cut carbs. And I trained a certain way, and so the reason why I did that is because I get comfortable. Like if I don't have anything going on, I'm gonna be honest, I get comfortable with my lifestyle. I do. And so I need a goal. I always need some kind of a goal. And so what I would do is I would just cut my carbs, increase my fats and my protein. And what happened is about, a week into it, a couple of days into it, I start getting headaches. My body starts to pout, and then those symptoms of headaches come. You start maybe feeling like you don't feel good, no energy, you're irritable. And you know what? In doing that, I realized I'm in a perfect place right now, because when those symptoms surface, that means I've left my comfort zone. And now I can take control over my destiny. I can take control over which way I want to take, my goals. So what I would do is I would just engage in that moment right there. Like, all right, I'm out of my comfort zone. I got all these distractions going on. Now I got to really, focus and detail in on the decisions I make from this moment forward. And that's when I would really dial in with my nutrition. Now, the good thing about it is when that happens, your body's changing. All of a sudden, your body's no longer using carbohydrates for energy, it's using stored fat for energy. So now I'm leaning out. So I'm looking in the mirror, I'm seeing the results. So all of a sudden, the distractions start to minimize a little bit. Now I have more energy. Now my complexion is getting better. Now I feel better. Now I ride in my photo shoot. I'm pretty leaned up, pretty ripped up. I feel good about myself, and that's going to express itself through the camera. So how does that relate to the everyday? It relates to us as human beings. I mean, we live in a world now where people are broken. They're hurting. They're distracted. They don't feel like they have a purpose on this earth. And all I want to do is allow the nutrition and the shift shop to just shine a light just on you, just to show you were put on here for a reason. Now, try the nutrition, allow yourself to get vulnerable, celebrate that challenge, and then start moving forward. And you'll start seeing life and yourself through different lenses, which will empower you. And then you'll be able to really make an impact in your circle of influence and in the world. So yeah, that's kind of the whole concept behind all of this. And I just rambled.
No, ramble on. We love it. So are the portion control containers, are they implemented in this nutrition plan?
No, we're not using
Nope.
that.
No containers, guys.
Man.
Yeah, I have a feeling that people are going to be like, that's not comfortable for me, but that's it, right?
That's good, though. So here's the deal.
Yeah.
So to people that's not comfortable, first and foremost, I want you to know that I respect that, and I honor the fact that that's how you feel. But here's the challenge in that. Now, it's not about relying on a container. No disrespect to Autumn whatsoever. It was a brilliant idea, but right. It's not about that container. It's about your will and your decision that you're going to make moving forward. Don't be controlled by a container. Be controlled by your will and your desire to be the best you can be, and then choose and make right choices based off of that.
Amen. Amen. All right. So you talked a little bit about personal development, being involved in this program. I know a lot of people were lucky enough to have the opportunity to work out with you at Punta Cana, and the consensus is that you just kind of took that inspiration and motivation to a whole new level. How important is that factor in doing Shift Shop? I know this program is pretty challenging, and a lot of times we get into our heads and we tell ourselves that we're not able to do something when in fact it's just a lie we're telling ourselves. So right. How much does that motivation and that inspiration and that personal development play a role in this program?
It's 99.9% of the program, because there was a very powerful element to this whole filming process with the Shift Shop that was awake. I grew as a person big time throughout this process. So we had a key art shoot in December, and that's basically, the photos for the DVD cover and just other assets for the program. And I got really lean. And so after the key art shoot, I had about 5 weeks. And I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, I got 5 weeks. I'm really about to get peeled. I'm going to really lean out even more and be at my best. And about a week later, I woke up and I was like, nah, I'm not feeling that. And no disrespect to any trainer, to each his own. I wish them all success and the best. But I started thinking like every fitness program out, the trainer is super ripped. Like that's unrealistic to a person that needs to lose a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying? It makes me look, I have this perfect world. And so what I did, I said, you know what? When we started casting for it, I said, I want to cast people that's in better shape than me. I'm going to eat. I'm going to gain some weight because I want people to see me struggle in this program. I don't want it to be about my body and my looks. I want it to be about the gift. So I wanted to be like everybody else. I wanted to be relatable. So, and the program was so cool about the Shift Shop is there's every fitness level in that program, from someone that needs to lose 30, 40, 50 pounds to someone's extremely ripped. And I loved it. And I'm in the middle of all of that. So, yeah, that was an aha moment for me. I wanted it to be relatable because, you know, people are struggling, man. They're struggling internally with their self-image. And I just don't want anyone to be judged. I want it to be welcoming and just get what you need to get out of it.
Amazing, amazing. Let's go back a little bit to the nutrition component, and can you tell us a little bit about, is Shakeology incorporated into the nutrition plan, and also like a two-parter, the Beachbody Performance line, how is that incorporated?
They're both incorporated, especially Shakeology. If you're hungry, in the meal plan, eat, drink some Shakeology. There's no judgment. Like, I don't want you feeling like, inadequate, or you don't have this. I want you to eat. If you need some Shakeology, then drink it. There's no judgment. You're getting better every day. So yeah, you can implement Shakeology. And if you're, extremely sore, your body's not responding, because we're all different. If you need a shot of that Beachbody, recovery, take a shot. So what?
Yep. So what were some of the results that you were seeing with the initial test group?
The biggest result I saw was the most powerful result. So in the beginning, I saw people come in, that obviously needed, to maybe lose some weight or some inches, and maybe lack some confidence. And by the end of the test group, I just saw people, leaning out. But most importantly, I saw people walk with their chests up and their head high. I saw people walking like really loving themselves and loving their surroundings, they got that love to work out, that desire to work out, that desire to be better. They got a glimpse of their potential, which is what it's about. And so the biggest, as far as results, I think someone lost 15 pounds in like 7.5 inches. That was mind blowing. Wow. In 3 weeks.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's crazy. And I'm sure there's, levels of fitness that have just gone up. People weren't able to do a couple things in the beginning, and now they're like mastering it.
Yeah, I mean, there was people who there was a period where some of the women, they started out on their knees and push. I wouldn't let them go to their knees in test group. Nope, I don't care if you give me a half a push up. It's better than being on your knees. Give me a half a push up. And so it got stronger. It was awesome.
That's awesome. One more question, and then I'm going to open it up to Q&A. For the folks that are watching. So if you guys have a question for Chris, go ahead and type it below. I'm going to get to as many as I can. We don't have a whole lot of time with him, so I want to make sure that we get to the nitty-gritty of it. So what advice do you have for people? Like you said, there's a lot of people struggling, and people are going through things and kind of not loving themselves. So we all go through it. We all have times in our life that we're in just kind of a dark place. What advice do you have for people who are struggling to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel? Basically trying to stay positive and motivated in the face of adversity and struggles.
Well, I think first and foremost, I would tell every human being to dream again, first and foremost. All of us throughout our lifetime have gotten glimpses of things that, in our spirit, or whatever you want to call it, that we could become. We've seen, mental pictures of, of things that we would love to do. And then life happens. And then there's these distractions. And then there's, people you may be around that who didn't accomplish, their dreams and goals. So they're putting their insecurities on you. And now you're feeling what they're feeling. And so now you kind of just allow your dreams and goals to kind of bury. I would say, take a moment with yourself, and dream again, first and foremost. And then once you start dreaming again, start visualizing yourself, accomplishing these things, and connect with it emotionally. I was a period where I was going through a really rough time, a couple of years ago, and I was broken, man. I was in a really tough spot. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I got in trouble, and I'm actually doing a documentary about it right now. It'll probably come out in July. It was just a really bad time. I was the wrong place, wrong time. And I got in some trouble. And so that was a very humbling moment for me, because right after that happened, my daughter almost died. This was like a month and a half later. She was in the ICU for 4 days. And then my whole world just crashed, man. I nearly lost both of my gyms. I nearly lost my home. I nearly lost my freedom. And I was at a state of I was on an island by myself. And so I had to make a decision. Okay, what are we going to do here? Are we going to stay here? Or I was right back to that place when my uncle passed away, came back. And I said, okay, first of all, I got a purpose on this earth. This man had a dream of something I needed to accomplish. And then secondly, after that, I'm sorry, this just really gets to me. After that, I realized that I needed to dream again. I needed to finish my purpose. And so just to go back a little bit, when about how Carl discovered me, when I got in trouble, there was a buddy of mine who used to film my videos, and he called me. He said, "Hey man, I can no longer film your videos anymore. I can't be affiliated with you." And I really couldn't tell him the whole story of what happened. Like, dude, this really isn't my fault. You know, I can explain it to you. But he said, I can't do your videos anymore. So now, you know, I want to put product on YouTube. I don't know how to film. I don't know how to edit. So I went out and bought a whole production. I bought cameras, editing systems, software, everything. And I called this gentleman I knew, and I said, "Hey man, you know anybody who could help me, you know, film and edit?" He said, "Let me put some fillers out." He called a guy said he would help me. He came to my house 2 days a week for 3 months, taught me how to film. And then what happened is the very first video I filmed and edited myself, which was a video of my son, Chris Jr., was the video that Carl saw. And so it just all came back full circle. And so my advice, you know, to people is, in my darkest moment, I had to visualize myself being in a better state. So I wrote a letter to myself, and I called it My 2016. And in that letter, I took every aspect of my life that I wanted to happen. And every time I got down, I would read that. And in that letter, there was a part of the letter that said that I would partner with a company globally and do something great. 5 months later, Beachbody called. But the cool part about this, here's the part that was so powerful about the whole situation. Again, all this is going to be in the documentary. When I got down, so there's two parts to this. So I have this paper of this letter that I wrote to myself, right? But then I have my life circumstances, everything I'm dealing with, of, you know, no money and you know, humiliation and shame and just, you know, my, you know, hurt and pain and betrayal and all these different, you know, elements going on, which I dealt with every single day. I had to face that every day. But I have this paper that just has words on it, right? So anytime I got really down and struggle, I would read that paper to myself, and each word I would smile and try to engage with what I was writing to myself to make that real. So the more I read it, all of a sudden I started saying to myself, all this stuff right here is temporary. This is my life on this paper right here. This is who I really am. This is where my life is going. Once I got a glimpse of how me reading these letters made me feel, and how it started empowering myself, all of a sudden things started happening. People started showing up in my life. All of a sudden Beachbody called. Then, you know, when I got in trouble, the judge gave me 3 years probation. She let me off probation 2 years early. It was just all this stuff happened. My daughter, she fully recovered. My gym's completely restored, and it was just crazy. So my advice to anybody who are in a dark place, I'm here with you. You have my IM. You know how to get a hold of me. Send me a message. I'll do whatever it takes to just shine a light on your situation, to kind of give you a different perspective. But whatever you do, please don't give up on you. You are the most important person in your life. And unless you love you, you can't love your spouse, your kids. You can't love them at the maximum potential that they need you. So wake up, shake it off, and just get ready to empower your life so you can empower the nation.
That's incredible. Oh my God. Yeah, this is the perfect fit for us guys, right? He is amazing, and you exude it, man. I'm telling you. We got a couple questions from a couple of the folks.
I got like 25 minutes. We're good.
All right, we're good. Okay, so some of them we've already covered, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip over those guys. So I'm really curious. Allison says, I'm really curious about food for vegetarians. I always have to come up with my own variations because of so much protein in the meal plans is meat. Is this something that is addressed in the nutrition plan?
Yeah, it's pretty balanced. When you look at the nutrition plan, it's very balanced. There's the meat components, and then there's stuff for vegetarians also. Because it's such a wide menu of things, you can kind of pick and choose, what you need to do to get you by. You'll be fine.
Okay, our next question, it deals with injuries. So
Okay.
for someone who has a history of injuries or any kind of limitations, surgery, things like that, um, are there modifications? How high impact is the program? That's from
Yeah.
Maisha.
So it goes from, let's just say super athletic to athletic. There's impact, there's jumping, and then there's for those who have injuries, bad knees. There's very very low impact in every workout. There's a modification for everything, and so for those who have to modify, first and foremost, don't judge yourself about it. You got to work within the boundaries of your body physically, but secondly, don't stay there. Visualize yourself being whole. Visualize yourself, joints and tendons getting stronger, knees getting stronger. Start visualizing. And then when you work out, kind of push it a little bit based off of your vision. And then even if it's for 30 seconds and then go back to modification, but challenge your will, challenge yourself. You'd be surprised how your body will heal itself if you get the right mindset, if you make that shift.
Absolutely. Another question from Amanda. What happens after the third week if you want to continue with the program?
Well, make sure you go say a prayer and do some meditation because it gets real hard. No, I'm joking. No, so you can cycle back through again. You could go. So you go week 1, 2, 3, and you cycle back through. You start at week 2, week 3, and then there's a week 4 that we don't talk about. That's oh yeah, it's pretty intense. You can convert it to a 6-week program.
I'm writing that down. Got to prepare myself. Are we getting a sneak peek of any of the workouts before it's launched?
Yeah, and June and July, I believe.
Okay. And it does launch at Summit, correct?
It will be before Summit. I think it's sometime in June and maybe the beginning of July.
Oh, so even before Summit. Awesome.
I know there's at least one. There may be 2.
Okay. We're going to keep our fingers crossed for that one. Back to the supplements. We have a question from Kara. Is recharge appropriate?
Anything that's going to help you, recover so you're ready for the next workout in that Beachbody performance line is appropriate.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Do you have any other? We did get a request. I'm going to start making a suggestion box because this request is, Chris, please write a personal development book.
Oh, I don't know, guys. Man, we have to see.
I think we're gonna have to manifest that because you're all about manifest destiny. I think that's gonna happen. That's the next project, right, guys? Maybe we can make that happen for him. I think that's a great idea. Okay, so I think we just answered that question. Victoria said, can you do the program if you have knee issues? You kind of addressed that with the modification. Any other questions, guys? How well does this program work on your core?
Whoa. All right. So today today in the test group was core day. So there's in the program, there's 2 core days, and they're on the resistance days, and it's a 12-minute core workout. It's legit.
I heard some stuff. Yeah. I heard some of our super strong core people were having trouble getting through it.
Yeah. Like some of these moves will make you cough when you get done. And if you cough, doing an ab move, you're in there. Like you're really in the midst of it all. So yeah, it's good stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, guys, I think we're getting ready to wrap up. I'm just scrolling through to see if there's any other. Oh, okay, there's one more question. Are there days that have double workouts like Core de Force does?
The only double workouts would be the resistance and the core followed right after it. And then, to be honest, once you get past week 1, you only want to work out once. You're not. I did 2-a-days because I had to teach 2 test groups, and I had probably a 6 hour break in between. I went to sleep. Yeah, it's all good though. You won't be working out twice, that's for sure.
I'm super excited. Okay, so you said that the workouts, there's 6 days, and then on the seventh day is like a recover workout, right?
Yeah, there's like a mobility stretch workout, or
Okay.
we also suggest that you either go for a hike, go for a walk, just do something to that rest and recovery day that's your moment. That's your day to like celebrate all you went through the week, love yourself, just take it all in, man. Take it all in and be proud of who you are and who you're becoming for sure.
And so are those 6 days, are they six different workouts or are there going to be any workouts repeated throughout the week?
So they're repeated. So you'll do whatever you do on Monday, you're going to do it again on Wednesday and Friday. And then it's the same workout because what the whole ramp concept is that next week. So the first week is just basic fitness movements. Okay. And then the second week, we take that and compound another movement with what you did the first week. The third week, by the third and fourth week, you're doing 4 different movements in one exercise. You see what I'm saying? So, it goes from, a traditional squat to a squat press to, similar to a man maker type move. You're doing a lot of different movements. And then there's the clock that you got to race that clock. So there's a lot of different movements. It's an awesome program.
Awesome, awesome. All right, guys, that's all we got. Do you have any last words for us, Chris?
No, I mean, the only last words I have is this is the only life we get. I felt like, what happened to me a couple of years ago, I believe I made the shift, and that's why the shift shop is so powerful to me. A lot of my venting and motivation is because I never wanted a person to feel as broken and as crushed as I felt. So, in my mind, even as far as Punta Cana, those workouts, I told myself, dude, you got this amount of time. You got an hour, you got 30 minutes to bring out the best in these people. I got to make sure these people leave better than they came. So that's just kind of like my whole philosophy throughout the program. I only get you for 25 minutes the first day. There's no guarantee you coming back for the second. So I need to give you everything I have in that 25 minutes. So my advice to you is celebrate that. Celebrate the fact that love what you gave at that moment, in hopes that tomorrow you'll do that much better. And please, by all means, man, don't give up on you. The most important person that you need to be is the person that's inside of you, because that's the person that's going to bring you wealth, success, love, joy, peace, and happiness. And it's connected to your purpose. So, good luck with that. If there's anything I can do, please reach out to me, man. And I appreciate you guys having me on the call.
Let me tell you, Chris, I think I speak for everyone when I say we are so happy that you have joined us. You are a special breed. You are one of the most authentic and genuine people that I've ever come across. And I think that's what is really connecting with people, is that authenticity. We live in a world where people kind of put a front and they're so concerned with what other people are thinking of them that they don't live their true self. And you are the opposite of that. You are living your true self. You are just an open book and you are just completely authentic. And we are absolutely loving you for it. So thank you again so much for taking the time out of your crazy schedule. I know that a lot of people that are on this call right now registered for the live workout at Summit. From my understanding, it's sold out already. So yeah, that's going to be awesome, guys. And that's it. That's all I got. Thank you so much, Chris.
You guys are welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Have a great night, guys.
Bye-bye.